All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about something we all know, but maybe don't think about too much: the smell of a professionally cleaned space. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That sharp, almost sterile scent in offices or hospitals that just screams this place is spotless. But have you ever really stopped and thought, what is that smell? What are we actually breathing in when we get a whiff of that just cleaned air? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down in this explainer. You see, that very specific smell comes from a very specific set of tools, a handful of chemicals that are basically the workhorses of the entire professional cleaning world. So let's peek inside the industry's cleaning cart and see what's really going on. Now, we're not talking about the gentle, all-purpose stuff you might have under your sink. Nope. The industry standard relies on some seriously powerful synthetic chemicals. Their job, their only job, is maximum disinfection. They are built to kill germs on a huge scale, and they do it well. So, let's meet the big three. First up is an old classic, bleach. Or if you want to get technical, sodium hypochlorite. It is without a doubt one of the most powerful and widely used disinfectants out there. It's a real heavyweight in the fight against germs. Right next to it, you've got ammonia. This is the stuff that's legendary for cutting through the toughest grime and giving you that streak-free shine. And of course, it has that super strong, pungent smell you just can't mistake for anything else. And to round out the trio, we have something called quaternary ammonium compounds. You'll usually just hear them called quats. Now, these are super interesting because they're kind of the unsung heroes of the disinfecting world. Quats aren't just one thing. They're a whole class of compounds made to wipe out a huge range of bacteria and viruses. That makes them absolutely essential for places with tons of foot traffic. Okay, so that begs the question, why these three? Out of everything possible, how did this specific chemical cocktail become the undisputed champion of clean? Well, the reasons are actually pretty clear and, honestly, make a lot of sense. When you look at it, the logic is, well, it's pretty simple. First, they are incredibly good at what they do. They're fantastic disinfectants. Second, you can get them pretty much anywhere. And third, and this is a huge deal for any big operation, they are super cheap when you buy in bulk. It's a perfect storm of effectiveness, availability, and cost. But all that power comes with a price tag. It's time to flip the coin and look at the other side. Because relying on chemicals this potent has a downside, one that can affect our health and our environment. The source material really cuts to the chase here. These very same ingredients that are so amazing at killing germs, well, they can also irritate our eyes, our lungs, and our skin. And that's the trade-off we don't often talk about. So it all boils down to this fundamental dilemma. On the one hand, the pros are undeniable. You get powerful disinfection, it's cheap, and it's reliable. It's easy to see why it's the standard. But on the other hand, you've got some serious cons. Potential health risks, the creation of indoor air pollution from something called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, and over time, they can even damage the surfaces they're meant to clean. And all of this kind of forces us to ask a bigger question. Maybe we need to rethink what clean actually means. Is it just about wiping out every germ, no matter the cost? Or is it about finding a smarter balance between disinfection and our own well-being? So here's the main takeaway. That professionally clean smell really represents a trade-off. It's the smell of powerful, effective germ killing, for sure, but it's also the smell of harsh chemicals that might pose a risk to the air we breathe and to our health. So we'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Now that we understand the baseline, the good and the bad of how we do things now, the real question is, what should a better, healthier standard of clean look like? And maybe even smell like in the future?